my channel. If you're new here, I'm obviously Taylor. Today we are sitting down getting cozy because, well, actually I don't know if we should get cozy for this, but we are spring cleaning. The perfect thing to do today on a rainy day is to spring clean. There are some areas in my life that need a little bit more work and cleaning than others, and one thing I really wanted to do this month is to get mentally clear, which for me means going through who I'm following, which I don't think I've done since I literally created my Instagram, so this is gonna be a big task, but I think it's necessary to kind of clean out all of the old and bring in new vibes, bring in more positive energy going forward for this year. So I'm gonna do a big digital detox. Not only who I'm following, but I think a huge thing for me too is I've recently, like this year, discovered the favorites button on Instagram, so you can like favorite an account and have their content always come to the top for you. So I'm gonna be doing that because I want to go on social media and feel better, which I know I don't really think that that can be like fully possible because it is social media and you do get dragged down the algorithm. But if I'm gonna be spending time on social media, I want it to be a bit more mindful. I do have some favorites right now. My queen, Lauren Bostic, of course. Moya Mawini, she is literally my favorite creator. Everything she does, so peaceful, beautiful. It's like art to me. Another one of my favorite creators, Emma Leger and Mel Robbins. Those are my four. Those are my top four. So I kind of want to like add to that and just make sure that the content I'm consuming is helpful, positive, or like beautiful. I like looking at beautiful accounts, like aesthetically pleasing things. So I definitely want to like curate my account a little bit more. A large, probably majority of my life, I think that I put up mental blocks. So the idea of like doing something and it working out successfully was always in the back of my head, like not a possibility. I feel like mental blocks like that, like telling myself that things are too out of reach, or maybe to like tone down my personality, things like that have always like kind of been in the back of my head. So this month I wanted to do a lot of inner work and like kind of literally clean out my mind and clean out the inside and get rid of all of that, because I don't want that vibe around me. I don't want that aura. I don't claim that energy anymore. I found a YouTube account, Miro Knowledge. If you've never heard of him, go, run, follow, subscribe. I literally watched like 2 or 3 of his videos so far and I feel so much freer. I feel like he gave me tools to actually get myself out of the thinking patterns that I do. But one thing I've learned, and I took lots of notes on the videos I watched of his. So I'm just saying my mental state is going to be on the come up this month. But a huge takeaway from the couple of videos that I've watched so far is that you cannot change your physical reality without changing your internal one first. So I really need to work on my mindset, and with that mindset also, you can't just, I mean you could probably, but I think a big thing that he taught me and that I've kind of like read and noted in like the past things I've read or watched, but I just never it never clicked. But you can change your internal thoughts, but they're not going to change your physical reality, and they're not going to change your subconscious mind if you can't feel those thoughts. Like if there's no emotion associated with them, then you can't manifest it in your physical reality. And I'm not going to go down a whole rabbit hole telling you how to like manifest, because that's not my specialty. But a huge thing is feeling emotionally lighter, happier, more loving and full is really something that I'm gonna work on this month. I also found a meditation that has been helping me with that. Like I feel the emotions come up when I do this meditation every morning, and it is, I'll just like put a screenshot right here, but it's called Your Ideal Life. It's on YouTube, so it's free, and I've been doing that every morning and I feel so much better emotionally, because I think I used to be a little bit more of a reactive person where I would get like really shaken up really easily. That will not help shift your internal reality or your external reality. Just watch his videos. I'll pop up like 2 of the ones I watched here so you can get an idea of where I started, but he explains it a lot better than I can. Another type of mental spring cleaning I'm doing is with the movies and the books and even like the videos or podcasts I watch. I realized that I would spend so much time going through movies or going through books just for the sake of saying like, oh, I finished this many books or this many movies, but nothing was retaining. Someone would ask me about a movie I watched and how I liked it, and I couldn't even remember anything that happened to give them an honest answer. So with that being said, one intention I have for this month is to slow all of that down. Basically slow down my media consumption so that I'm actually absorbing it and it's not just going in one ear, not the other. I started a little notebook of things to write down when I read an article or watch a movie or listen to a podcast. I'll just write down some notable things for me. So I just recently watched After Sun. Great movie. You should watch it if you haven't. But it also like kind of made me sick with anxiety. But anyways, that was something I wrote down in my notebook because I was like, why did this movie make me feel so anxious? And I kind of just like wrote down some key scenes that stuck with me. The cinematography of it was beautiful, and that's something I'm really interested in. So I wrote down certain shots or certain lighting, certain like cuts that I thought were interesting to kind of be able to like look back on and maybe practice, but it left me with a better understanding of the movie. And I think this will really be helpful even with the books I read, because sometimes you read something but you're not mentally there. So reading a book, underlining quotes that I think resonate with me or maybe resonate with someone else, or are just like a good learning tip. I'm circling if a book references a different type of media. Like the book I'm reading right now is The Year of the Monkey by Patti Smith, and she talks about this one book. I already forget it. That's why I circled it, so I can go back and look them up or look up like the book she's referencing. The thought process behind doing this is to make me like a little bit more media literate and to be able to piece together the bigger ideas or like even the subtleties of the book, and so that I can walk away and remember what happened and be able to recommend certain books or certain movies to people without literally in my head just being like, oh yeah, I think that book was good. And of course, what is spring cleaning without cleaning my physical environment? Because if my physical environment is a mess, my internal and mental environment is going to be just as messy, if not more. I won't be able to think or do anything. So we are cleaning out our apartment. I really wanted to take the time to like go through drawers and like spaces that we have not touched probably since we moved in. It's so easy to have a drawer or a closet. We don't really have many spare closets, so that doesn't happen as much, but just like an area in your house, your apartment, where you shove all your shit and then never look at it again. And those are the type of spaces that I want to go through and just clear out everything that we don't need to feel a bit lighter, and also make it more manageable to clean in the future. And the idea is to not let it get so messy moving forward. Obviously, like that's not gonna be a thing that we stick to 100%, but the thought and the motivation is there. We can only hope that it works. I've also been dying to make a photo wall, like a gallery wall in our living room. We did start it, but we're finally gonna finish it and get that project done and off the list. So I'm really excited because I love having art up on the walls. It just makes it feel like less of a sterile and cold environment. Having photos that mean something to you and that like make you smile when you look at them is such a nice touch to a home. It's such like a nice personal touch. So I'm really excited to see the end product of this wall and show it to you. These are just a few of the things that I'm trying to do this month to make me a better person, make me more of like my higher self, and also just clean all the shit out that we don't need anymore. So let me know if you take any of these tips, and let me know down below your spring cleaning tips. With that being said, happy April, happy spring, and I'll see you in the next one.